What is going on, my fellow gaming legitters? We're continuing this PKP gameplay, Conquest on Metro, as promised, and within a lot shorter time span from the last video. Ha ha ha. The last video I mentioned at the end of it, if you guys would like to see some Skyrim strategy, which is very, very weird for my channel since it's been primarily first-person shooter, some Gears of War gameplay. I should say it's just been strategic shooters, online shooters, period. But there shows some favoritism towards Skyrim, rightly so. It is, I believe, the best game of the year. I don't know if that vote has actually occurred, but I know Game Informer has given it Game of the Year. And I believe it's going to win Game of the Year if it hasn't already. The game's absolutely amazing. The breadth of what you can do in that game, it's just outstanding. It's amazing. Anyways, enough of that. The only reason why I brought that up is to let you guys know that, yes, I will be producing some Skyrim strategy videos. It's not going to be like some other Skyrim videos that you've seen where they just literally play and just talk over top of them playing their video game for a long duration of time. I wasn't going to do that. I feel like that's kind of a waste of time. The point of this channel is to better your gameplay. By whatever means necessary. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to resume some reservative or conservative, I should say, positions on Skyrim, assuming that you guys haven't played too much. Just like, because this is a first-person shooter channel, and a lot of first-person shooter-heavy fans don't really play those RPG type of games. Anyways, I'm going to give you some hot tips, strategies, locations, you know, in Skyrim that'll help you get access to decent weapons to start that I wish I would have known. It's stuff like that. Strategies to smith your way up for better armor really quickly. Just a whole bunch of little tips like that. And I think it should be good. A good series. Anyways, that's that for the Skyrim stuff. Then we're going to continue this PKP Conquest Metro gameplay. You guys didn't respond too much to the main strat that I posted, and I thought I was going to get a little bit more remarks to it about me feeling that the PKP is one of the best guns in the game. There's a few of you that kind of agreed, saying that PKP is one of the most underrated weapons for the game. A lot of people don't use it just because of the massive amount of recoil that this gun deals out, but a lot of you guys still like the saw, rightly so. I think the saw is really easy to use, and I think I got bored of it pretty fast just because it's another one of those weapons where if I put on the saw, I put on extended mags, and like foregrip, you just destroy. Stay away from the bipods. I recommend not playing with the bipod. If you play with the bipod, you play pretty campish. It takes a while for the bipod to set up. The bipod's kind of wonky. It doesn't set up right every single time. When you want it to set up, it doesn't set up. And then when you don't want it to set up, it snaps to, you know, a window ledge or something, and it cuts off. You can't aim all the way down with the bipod. You're limited with your line of sight and aiming radius when the bipod's set up. So the bipod right now, it seems like it causes more problems than does good. Which, you know, and there's the reverse situation where, yes, it happens to work for you, and it's right when a whole team is funneling down a hallway in Metro or something to, you know, whether it's a rush point, you know, an MCOM or a conquest point, you're able to mow down a whole bunch of people. So in that case, yeah, it does work. But I say stick to the foregrip. You're a lot more mobile. You're going to do a lot more for your team when you're moving around, you know, just between spotting guys. Spotting guys is tremendous in this. And remember, the 3D spotting in this game is not as powerful as it was in Bad Company 2. What I mean by powerful is that the spots don't last as long. You can't spot as many people, it seems like, because you don't have spotting scopes like you did on the Recon class. And with 3D spotting, if they duck behind cover, if people are around you and your line of sight perspective, they're not going to be able to see that spot anymore. Whereas Bad Company 2, if you spot someone, that spot would remain even around buildings, so you knew exactly where they were. But I definitely like the Battlefield 3 version of spotting a lot more than Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 wasn't bad. It's just that I like the fact that you can duck behind cover and you know, move around and come out from another direction to catch the guy off guard, and he can't follow you by a spot that kind of tracks behind walls, because that is kind of silly. I got a rumor that Bad Company 3 is going to be coming out. Not anytime soon. That's the next one that DICE is going to be working on. Can anybody defend that for me? Because that would be absolutely awesome. And that might rest some of that criticism for people saying that Bad Company 2 is way better than Battlefield 3. It was just so much funner with the destructibility in the buildings and just the environment in general. Bad Company 2, it seems like it was a lot funner to play. I'll defend that. Bad Company 2 is beast mode. I absolutely loved Bad Company 2. It's like one of the most underrated games of all time. It's a true shame. That game's beast. That game is absolutely amazing. The sniping in that game is phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. The Recon class in that game is balanced, and a lot of people complain about it because you have these really, really good, skilled players that are able to run around and quick scope people. Quick scope to a certain extent. It's not quick scoping like the cheap ass quick scoping in Modern Warfare 3. And I know it's cheap because I can do it, and with little to no time at all, and you can completely destroy people. Thinking about actually turning in my Modern Warfare 3. I tried to put it in the other day, and man, I got bored within the first game. I don't understand how people could play that game religiously. Like, there's 90% of YouTube commentators out there playing is like Call of Duty. That's all you see. It's just Call of Duty. They're just going on these big tears and pulling out these amazing gameplays of Modern Warfare 3. I don't know. I don't get it. It's boring as hell to me. I've been playing a lot of Halo lately. Halo is so much more competitive. It's so much harder. It's just rich of like strategy and communication and teamwork. Whereas Modern Warfare 3, it's boring as hell, man. Battlefield 3, best war game of all time. Like this and Bad Company 2, and that kind of goes back to the Bad Company 2. Someone back me up. I know there's a lot of you that follow the series and DICE and what they're doing a lot more than what I do. So, can someone approve that Bad Company 3 is going to be the next DICE game? It's not going to be another Battlefield game. It's going to be another Bad Company 2, because that would be sick. That would be really, really cool. Maybe we'll be able to put like red dots on snipers and be able to do a whole bunch of it. You'll actually be able to get a one-hit kill range like in Bad Company 2. Do you guys remember that? That made that super, super fun. And quick scoping, like I was saying, I kind of bounced around. It's not quick scoping like you're probably thinking in like Modern Warfare 3. The quick scoping was actually considered a hard scope because your crosshairs actually had to be on the target. But from a certain distance, you could actually hip fire, and that was pretty cool too. And that took some skill too. You couldn't just like spam it and shoot it like a shotgun. You had to be accurate with it. But it was amazing. And same with Bad Company Vietnam. That was dope too. Man, now that I'm thinking about it, I want to put that in and start playing. Anyways, what I want to get from you guys from this video, because this is a continuation from the last video, I want to see more responses to what, in the comment section especially, what is your go-to weapon? What is the weapon that you think is the best weapon in this game? The weapon that gives you guys the most kills. Like, when you use that weapon, you just go on tears, and nobody can fight against you. And is this something common? I saw MG36, the new light machine gun that came out with the new update. New patch, whatever you want to call it, DLC, with the new maps. I haven't really played around with it that much. I still like the PKP a lot more myself. I have used the MG36, but I wasn't like, when I used it, I was like, oh wow, this is like the new amazing assault rifle. Look how much like suppression I'm putting down on these guys. Like, I should have died there, but since I was able to lay down with extended mags and put down so much fire, this is what I was talking about in the last video with the suppression points. The ammo resupplies and the amount of kills you're going to be getting with the support class. This class just freaking destroys. And I also said this in the first commentary, and this is the other thing I want to notate, and I want to get more responses on this, is what do you guys think about the nerfing of the Recon class? Now, I know a lot of you will be like, oh, I don't care. The Recons were super annoying in Bad Company 2. Man, I just get really bugged when people say that, because the reason why people are annoyed is because they're getting their ass kicked by the guys over and over and over again. And not over and over again. There's always, you don't, when I played Bad Company 2, I hardly ran across somebody that I had a problem killing that was a sniper. Like, you'd get, yeah, you'd die every once in a while from some annoying sniper, but you'd get them back. But if someone was good enough, you could just freaking destroy someone with the Recon class. And you could use that class just like an assault class, but it was more skilled. It was really, really fun. But in this game, the point system, man, it makes it so that you don't even want to play as the Recon, like at all, because you'll get no points. You'll be mid-tier in the scoreboard unless you're playing with a bunch of scrubs, because you don't have motion mines that are going to give you a bunch of assist points. You don't have a spotting scope that's going to give you a lot of assist points. If you drive around the MAV, the MOV, when you spot someone, you hardly get any points, man. It doesn't do that much for you. You have to drive. If you drove that thing solo by itself, you'd still be mid-tier. You're not going to be top tier with the points. And so they did nerf as far as like points go the Recon class. You can't get the points like you were able to in Bad Company 2. And what do you guys think about that? Does that make you unhappy, mad? Is that one of the first things you caught on? Was that all the other classes are kind of point whores? Like you can collectively get a lot of points, but the Recon class, it's like if you use it, you can't do that much for your team. Really, compared to the other classes, you can't do that much for your team. It's really bizarre. It's like if you use the Recon class now, you're a waste of time. Now they made it official. Like you're a waste of time almost completely because you can't do anything but kill people. Anyways, this is the first part of the gameplay, the PKP. Make sure to check that out. Hopefully the annotation editor is actually working now. In the last video, I couldn't put up annotations. Hopefully that will be it. Otherwise, it'll be in the description, so check that out. As always, guys, subscribe, rate, comment. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.
Frag out!